Welcome to Tuesday's Tips from So Very Easy. My name is Laura. And have you given up using specialty threads on your machine because for some reason it just does not like it? Well, I have one more trick for you to try. The first thing you need to make sure is that you have the right needle size and the tension is right. If those are right and you're still having a problem, well, it could be the position of the spool. When a spool of thread is wound, it is wound quite straightly going from the bottom up to the top and back down, and it will continuously fill this spool, just like your bobbin does. So it goes on very, very straight. Most new machines have a spool holder that holds it tight in this position, and the thread comes off the spool. The spool is not turning. Well, that could be the culprit. There are some specialty threads that are actually flat like ribbon, very tiny flat ribbon. And this is how they look on the spool. They start in the bottom and they wind up just like a regular spool of thread. When the spool is held tight onto the machine and the thread comes off, you will notice that it's going to come off twisted. It doesn't matter what position that spool is in, when that thread comes off, it is going to twist. And that is what could be causing the trouble. You need to have the thread come off the spool in the same direction as it went on. So the spool will actually need to move. If the thread is able to come off the spool with the spool moving, it's not going to get twisted, because it's coming off in the same direction. So we have the spool, which is usually in this position. We need it to come into this position and be free moving. Well, there is one product out there that you can attach to your machine to get the spool to go in this position. It's called the thread director, and this piece is going to attach onto your spool. So you're going to be able to take the end and put it into the spool and tighten the screw. In some machines, the bobbin winder is in an upright position, so it would be in this type of a position. So if you have a machine and it doesn't have the spool in this position, you will be able to attach this the same way onto the bobbin. You put your end on one side, put the spool of thread in, and put another end on. And that is going to allow that spool of thread to move freely. So whatever comes out perfectly straight. It's not going to twist. And then when you're finished, you'll be able to take it off and put it away. And I would definitely keep this right with the specialty thread. So next time your machine is giving you a hard time, look at the position of the spool of thread. And that might just solve the problem. Thank you for joining me today on Tuesday's Tips from So Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe, and as always, come on back. Let's see what we're sewing next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.